daily reminder for Bitcoin's macro outlook. Given the Fibonacci sequence here, we expect Bitcoin to go to somewhere around 170 to 175 before we can close this cycle. As you can see here, we had some resistance at the 0.786 Fibonacci level, but after closing a weekly candle above that level, we ascended to the 1.618 Fibonacci level, which is the next target after the 786. Now, with our strategy from the 786 to the 1.618, we expect a retracement that can come back as low as that 786. So after this move right here that went to the 1.618, which is 72k right there, we were expecting a retracement that comes back to the 786 right here, which is about 45k. Now let's zoom in this thing so that you see it clearly. So we were expecting that BTC retraces back to the 786 right here, which is somewhere around 45k. But why didn't we come here? Well, we looked at USDT dominance when we were somewhere around this higher low right here. That was sometime around 52 to 53k. So we did say that USDT dominance made the move already. So the type of move that we were expecting for BTC right here, the retracement, that happened on USDT dominance already. So USDT dominance saw its own top. Seeing its top means that BTC must have seen its bottom, even though we have no clear level here to base our analysis off of. So we then suggested from here that we will be expecting a weekly candle close above the 1.618, and after that weekly candle close, we will therefore be expecting the 2.618 to be met. That 2.618 is at 105.2, give or take $100 or $200. Now, the 2.618 follows our same strategy. We call this the VFib system. Yeah, so after 2.618, you would expect a retracement back to the 1.618, and after 1.618, you'd be expecting another move back to 2.618, where if you can get a confirmed weekly candle close, and we use the volume and the stochastic and RSI here to measure this. So after the weekly confirmed weekly candle close right here, we'd also be expecting that this thing goes up to the 4.618, where it marks the top of the entire sequence. That 4.618 to 4.764 ranges around 170 to 175. So as per this sequence, that should be our cycle top. However, most of the times you will find that price will go higher than the 4.618 to 4.764. So there's a chance that this thing even goes higher than this figure right here, or perhaps it doesn't quite reaches that exact figure. But just know that around this level right here, we have to be careful with BTC. It is not to say though that altcoins will also see their tops here. Yeah, because in the last cycle, you'd find things like, I think that was Chainlink and Gala, they went higher after Bitcoin saw its top. With the Fibonacci retracement, because this is the trend-based Fib, you'd see the top somewhere around 150. So we'll be watching as time goes on, but this is just the macro picture. I emphasize on this because sometimes when we're forecasting shorter term targets or when we're using the lower time frames, a lot of people will come to be like, so you don't think it can go to that other level we are talking about? And I'm like, no, this is like the micro picture, and this is the macro. So this is like zoomed out. You are like trying to forecast where it will eventually go. But for now, you think this could be the top. Like for now, you'd have a retracement and then a continuation for the bigger move. Hopefully you understand. Yes? This is one of those micro pictures or analysis I was talking about. You remember this line? Yes? When BTC was dumping heavily here in the past week or so, I told you that it held the daily candle close on this line right here, which I saw to be its support. So I was getting cautiously bullish. However, the maximum I could see for this particular move when BTC closed the daily candle above 115k was 124.5k. The next target after that is 135 to 136. But you have to see some sort of retracement before that move to the upside. So this is really our next target here, 135 to 136, but I can't say for sure that we just go straight up there right now. Perhaps it's possible. This is again October, yeah? We usually just go up with no retracements. So it's possible, but simply from the analysis, I can't say we just go there. Perhaps we will. It will be great for us. I'm not like going short, But yeah, I can't say we go there. We ideally we should see some type of retracement before that. So that's really our short-term target here. I won't be surprised if it happened before the end of this month. Currently, it's still lingering around the approximate resistance zone. If it closes the daily candle above this zone today, that is 124.5, perhaps I'd start to change my mind on the idea that it just continues to the upside. But until then, I will have to wait and see.